Well, hello. Hi, everybody. Um, well, I'm back. I hadn't felt good because I had the COVID, but now actually feel today like myself, back to normal. So I am happy about that. And we got all kinds of people in here already. So that is just so fun. So I'm going to go up to the very top. And Mary was in early. I'm not sure if Mary's still in here. Shannon is here. Julie's here. I'm going down. Rebecca is here. Ann's here. Angie's here. Hello, hello, hello. I am totally glad that I am feeling better. Thank you very much. And I wasn't really even tired today. So that was a good improvement because even after I was done with it, you have this lingering, but so much better today. And Mary Ranch is in here. Hello, how are you? And everybody's saying hi. I'm just going to click some of these. We were talking about working so much before because Julie has been up since 1 a.m. baking. So that is crazy. So she says she's not going to stay for the whole live, but she is saying hi to everybody too. So awesome. I have been busy today. I had an art meeting the first Tuesday of each month. We have the board meeting. The second Tuesday, we have our regular meeting. And so it was busy, and I was painting because I'm in a show this week. And so I have my regular ones. And then I decided I would make some whimsical. Not that, well, there's a lot of my stuff that's whimsical. But, let me show you. This is one that I was working on today. It's silly. It's fun. So we'll see. And I made some snowmen. They're painted on wood. I have a little hole I drilled, so I'm going to send a fishing line through there, and then they can hook it onto a regular Christmas hook. And I'm not sure if I'm done with these ones. Whoop, that's kind of crooked. That's kind of hard for you to see on, but that one's got 3 Christmas trees. It's got 1 Christmas tree. They look better in person than they do on the computer. Then I made some fun Christmas ornaments, and these ones didn't fit in the box. So this is a crazy fish. I made this before, but it's just fun and silly. And some of the Christmas trees, you can see the trunk. This one doesn't have a trunk that you can see on it, but I made a bunch of those ones like that too. So that was kind of fun. And I have boxes full of stuff to take this weekend. On Thursday, we get to set everything up, and then it's Friday and Saturday. So I am hoping that it's a very good show. It's the very first show that they've ever had like this. But it is in conjunction with an art and crafters show that's right the next building over. And that has been happening for a really long time. And when we did our art show, our regular art show in January, last year we did it at the same time. So the buildings were really close. We had 700 and some people that came through. So I'm hoping this one works the same. And, this is the one I'm working on right now. It's houses too. Hardly started on this one though. So I'll work on it after the live because I only have a few more days. I have to have everything ready by Thursday. And I did a video, came up yesterday, on banana trees, and I am propagating some of my banana trees. And so I dug out 3 of the little ones that are different stages. One's about 1.5 feet, 2.5 feet, 3.5 feet tall. And I want to see at what stage works the best to root them. I mean, they all had a little bit of root on them. And when you have multiple bananas, they are just always sending up little babies. Pups is what they're called. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try, because I tried last year, not successful. But I think I didn't pay enough attention to them. So we are trying again. And hopefully these ones will really just fill out those pots. And if it gets cool, they're in pots. And so I could always bring them in at nighttime because they're not in the regular grove. Oh, and Alpine Gulch is here. She is a member for 18 months. Woohoo! So that is awesome. Thank you very much for popping in. And I think that my longest members are His Way Homestead, Doug and Shelley at His Way Homestead, and Kevin at Lazy Pond Farms. Both of them are like 36, 37 months. So I really appreciate that those guys have just stuck around with me. She's saying hi to everybody. How are you? Now, I had a lot of birthdays this month for my members, which usually I have 1 or 2 birthdays in the same month. But December is a big birthday month. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members that have birthdays this month. So I already sent some of the cards out. See, Ann Dale has been one for 23 months. And I thank you so much for that. And Carol's here. Hey, Carol, how are you? And so I have a couple more birthday cards to send out. Actually, I have them right here to send out. So I'm going to do that tomorrow too. Ann says, and happy about it. Ann is so fun. If you haven't been to Ann Dale's homestead, she's actually a part of Round the Hay Bale now. Also, so that's a podcast thing. So you should check that out. Round the Hay Bale is fun to listen to. And they always have topics and they have guests and it's a podcast and it's just real fun. So just a little thing. If you like podcasts, that's a fun one to go to. Oh, good. She liked her Thanksgiving card. I try to give Christmas cards and Thanksgiving cards, birthday cards, if I know when the birthday is, to all my members. It's December, isn't it? I need to start my cards. I know it. I have my cards. Oh, no, they're out by the couch. Because I have all of my cards. I just have to start writing and addressing. Because before we know it, it'll be Christmas and then it'll be too late. So I need to do them this week. So I actually am going to bring my list to my show that I'm in. So if I have 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, I could do a few cards. So I thought it would occupy my time, and why not? Because it's always fun to be busy, I also thought I might take an easel and paint. What do you guys think about that? To be actually working at the they call it Christmas extravaganza. Stamps are going on the shopping list. It's crazy how much stamps cost anymore. Now, if I think about it that way, I always think, oh, they're raising the price again. But for me to get a letter from this part of the country to that part of the country for less than $1, it's pretty good, See, that's what I was thinking, Shannon, that it might grab their attention. People like seeing people paint or crafters work, so I was thinking that, I have a stand-up easel that I brought down, and I think I might work on one of my big paintings. Of course I wouldn't get it done, but it might start a conversation and it might be good. Ann says, now, Sandy, that's entirely too efficient. I don't know. I like being busy. I think there's a lot of us out there that are homesteaders that like being busy. And Jake is here. Hello. Please say hi to that beautiful wife of yours and those great kids. Also, the consensus is that I should be bringing my paints with me. So I am going to do that. And I'll let you know next Tuesday how it was. Years ago, I used to go into a grocery store back in Rapid City, and I did it for, 3 months or something. And they let me set up my easel, and I could paint fruits and vegetables in there. And the funnest part of it was all the people that would stop. And I mean, they're talking about your paintings and stuff like that, but then they start telling you stories, and they tell you about, oh, maybe it was an aunt that was a painter. Their mom or dad was a painter. They used to paint, or they always wanted to be a painter. So that's kind of a fun thing to interact with people and get to know them. And because I went in every single week, there would be people that did their groceries all the time at that same time. And so that was interesting because you learn more and more about people that you would have never met any other way. Plus, I got a lot of fruits and vegetable paintings done. But they let me arrange them and everything, so it was real fun. Anne says, I love that you read that exactly as I said it. Oh, Anne. But it's Christmas time. And so people are busy. And how many of you had put up your Christmas tree? We have 2 little trees that I didn't pay for them. One was here when we got the little house, and the other somebody gave us. They were going to get rid of it. And so I have one on a coffee table and one on a big box that I draped with material. And they're cute. I got some free ornaments from a gal this year to add to my collection. So I had enough for both little trees. And so that was fun. And Shannon has her Christmas tree up already. When we were growing up, it was always the weekend after Thanksgiving that we would put it up. And it was just, I think when we were little, we didn't go to what they call Black Friday. I don't remember that ever going shopping. But maybe that didn't start till later. Because I know that when my kids were little, we went Black Friday shopping different times. Anne has not put up her Christmas tree, but the Grands are coming this weekend, so maybe they will help me. See, that would be fun. They could help you decorate. We put it up on Black Friday. And Stella's here. Glad I'm feeling better. Thank you very much. Angie says no Christmas tree here. Well, and you could just put ornaments on all those plants that you have. What about that? I went to a class on Saturday, and they were showing things that you could do with banana trees, because I have banana trees here. And after the banana has made its big bunch, its cluster, that part of the banana tree, you just cut down right to the ground, because it will never produce a banana again. Now, bananas are on corms, kind of like a rhizome, only more like a comb. And so it just keeps making more of them around it. But this person had cut it off, and they're like this big around easily. Oh, paint on my hands. And what they had done, they had drilled into them, and they had them lengthwise, and they had planted plants in there, which would actually really work for a long time. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you can literally, that inside core, those newest leaves, because it's not really a tree, it doesn't really have a trunk, it's just leaf after leaf after leaf, and the leaves keep coming from the center. That inside leaf pulp you can actually eat. But I just thought it was really pretty ingenious. And then they talked about people that just cut those down when they have a lot of banana trees, and they used them like hugelkultur. Instead of having logs, they put those big sections of bananas in their raised beds. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Angie says that I don't like Christmas decorations. Oh, Ange, string some popcorn. Carol says hers is up. Mary says no Christmas tree with Great Dane puppies and cats. Oh, I could see that. Put a wall Christmas tree. I've seen those ones that actually attach to your wall, and they're only just like half of a tree. I think that's kind of fun. I've made Christmas trees out of picket fence pieces of wood and made Christmas trees that attach to the wall, or you can freestand them in your yard. There's a lot of things you can do. Now, Jake says, or Jake must have said something about, now that's a tree. So Jake said something that I totally missed. Oh, yep, 15 feet, 300 pounds. Oh my gosh, that is a crazy, crazy tree. Oh, see, that's interesting. Some cats are really, they really mess with trees, and some don't. Interesting. So I suppose it just depends on if they have other things to do or on the age of the cat. Like, probably most kittens would see those little sparkly balls and, something to play with, something fun. So that would be interesting. But, we got a little place, so we just have those little tiny trees. I did think about getting a bigger tree, because a friend of mine has an extra tree that I could have. And we have two ways to get into our house, but really we only use the one. The other one has a little deck thing with stairs, and I thought I could put a tree outside, and there's an outlet right there. So, and the wind wouldn't catch it right there. So I was thinking, maybe that's what I should do. Persian cat. I love Persian cats. They're beautiful. Shannon says, our cats have discovered the paper on some of the gifts already. I don't know if I told you guys, but one of my friends, and I actually met her on YouTube, but we have become really good friends. And so when we come down through Colorado, we always see each other. And she gave me this early Christmas present when I saw her when we came down, and she used fat quarters, which is material, and she had wrapped them around so it sat on top of the bag that had the other presents. But the way she did it, it looked like a flower on top. It was beautiful. And I thought, what a fun way. And I thought, man, you could do that with colored tissue paper, just all kinds of stuff. And, Sander's here. My cat won't climb the tree. The other cat climbs the tree. Tissue paper. I think a lot of cats like it makes noise, and it's soft and it's crunchy. And I think there's a lot of cats that like tissue paper. I like tissue paper. And I like it. I like tissue paper hats. Like, we don't really have Christmas tissue paper hats, but in like England, when they have Christmas dinner, they have these fun little hats. They're made out of tissue paper. I'm making some this year. I'll show them to you when I make them. Now, I did show you guys this. You can put a little card in here or candy or something. And I bought the paper so I could make some of these. So that video will come up this week. And it's just one of those fun things. And I think you could literally put a little hole right there and hang it from the tree. And your grandkids would have to find the one that was for them. I just thought it would be fun. Oh, yeah, Christmas crackers are fun. They are fun. And it's just not, I suppose it depends on what part of the country you live in and just your traditions that you have. Yeah, it is like a money holder, yes. But I like that kind of fun, silliness of what you can do at Christmas time or other holidays, because you might as well have as much fun as you can, just as long as you're being nice. Oh, TJ Maxx had them last year. Interesting. I'm going to go on their website and see if they have them. And Patty is here, the Tinker's wife. How are you? And Merry Christmas to you. And Tina Ladybug is in here too. Yay! Christmas crackers are the things that you pull and they pop, and sometimes they have things that just fly all over the place. Sometimes they have candy in them or toys in them. And Teresa is here. How fun! So they're just the Christmas crackers that we had. We actually made some of them. We took toilet paper rolls and we cut them in half, and then we started rolling up the tissue paper. You could use all kinds of paper, Christmas wrap paper, and we put stuff in both sides and then hooked it, and then you have ribbons on the end, and then at Christmas you crack them. So it's just fun, you know. You can have all kinds of stuff in there, but you know that I don't think that there's always time to start a new tradition in your family. You know, just because you hadn't done it maybe when your kids were little or when the grandkids started coming. But if you find something that you find real enjoyable, just add that into it. Like, have you guys been to a Christmas party and they have all those candies and prizes wrapped up in the cellophane, and you only get a certain amount of seconds and then you got to give it to somebody else, or rolling dice? I think that's a fun new tradition. I made that one for Alicia and the kids. Wasn't last year. Maybe it was a couple of years ago. But they're just fun and silly. I think they are an English tradition, but that doesn't mean that we can't do them here. And you can buy them here in the stores. I've seen them, but they're easy to make with toilet paper rolls. Or when you're wrapping packages and you have all of those tubes after you've used up that roll of wrapping paper, you can just cut those and you can make them into them. So easy things to do that won't cost you hardly any money, because you can put all kinds of stuff in them, and they're kind of fun to put into a stocking. So, or I've seen them at the dinner table. Everybody has one on their plate before you start. So it's just kind of fun. Oh, Shannon, they have some of them. Awesome. I bet you your kids like those. So much fun. So tomorrow I am down at the clubhouse in the afternoon because our refrigerator down there is not working correctly, and we have an extended warranty. So the guy is coming over from California to see what sensor or whatever it is that's wrong with it so that they can fix it. So sometimes, I don't buy an extended warranty on some things, but like on a refrigerator, TV, I think you should get the longest warranty you can. Because really, from what I see, after about 2 or 3 years, most new refrigerators have something that goes wrong with them. They don't last like the refrigerator like I have out in my kitchen right now. That refrigerator must be 30 years old, and it just chugs along. It doesn't have any bells and whistles, and it just works. Where if I had a brand new refrigerator, I'd have to leave my electricity on, because they don't want you to turn it off for the 6 months. But my old refrigerator, the one that I have, I can just turn it off. I put towels so that there's a little airspace by the doors, and it just works fine. Oh, Mom, Grandma's in here. Hello, how are ya? I bet you have all kinds of great things for Christmas going on at your house. Patty says, we did $2 stocking stuffers, one for every person. There are 12 of us, and the fun is finding little gifts that the person would find fun or as a joke, and then opening them up together. I think that's a great idea. I mean, all families have funny, silly things that they do. Oh, Nona Grace, how are you? I have not seen you in a while. Merry Christmas to you. And I think sometimes it's good to just mix up your Christmas a little bit, or your New Year's. Think about something to do, to change. Oh, everybody's saying hi. I thought I missed. Let me scoot back up just a little teeny bit. Yeah, they can be bad, can't they? I'm sure. Oh, I think she's saying get American Home Shield warranty. We have actually in our little place that we live in the summertime when everybody is gone. Well, not everybody's gone. About a third of the people live year round, and a whole bunch of them that live year round live right next to me. But they have security people that come through like 3 times a night, and they do all this different stuff, and so they just really don't have any problems, which is totally awesome. Angie says, I'm going to myself a job. Oh, she's probably going to get herself a job for Christmas. Hi, Teresa. How are you? It is, it's crazy. Okay, so Xandra says, one of my brother-in-laws wanted to be like my dad, make Christmas last all day. So I went to the dollar store and got a bunch of stuff, and they wrapped a few rocks and a few empty grocery bags. It's fun to be silly. When we were growing up, there was this old dried cinnamon roll. It wasn't moldy at all. It was just hard as a rock. And you had to keep it all year round and give it back to somebody else. And the whole time I was growing up, they did that. I don't know when they stopped. Maybe when my grandma passed away, they stopped. But it was always so funny because people would wrap it and you would think you're getting this beautiful, magnificent present. And it was that old dried up cinnamon roll. So people should just do fun, silly things. Sandra says, welcome to the zoo, Andale. No need to pay $100 admission fee. That is so funny. So is there something special that is a Christmas tradition that you do that you like to share? Because maybe somebody else would do that tradition. You know, that maybe they never heard of it, they never thought about it, and it was just like, oh, my family would love that. So, if you want to share, you don't have to. But I think all families have some kind of weird, quirky thing that they do, and I like it. Oh, white elephant gifts. White elephant gifts are fun. Because you just never know what you're going to have. Angie says, watch scary Christmas movies. Oh, Angie, you and your scary movies. I didn't watch the whole thing. There's a movie out on Amazon. It's called Scary Christmas or Killing Christmas, or I can't remember now what it was called. But they swore way too much and there was way too much violence. So I stopped watching it. But the idea of the story was okay. It was just so wild and crazy and people getting killed, and I just couldn't watch any more of it. Shannon says, I sew Christmas Eve pajamas for everyone in our family every year. And I have seen these Christmas pajamas. So cute. Sandra says, 75-year-old reindeer poo should be making its way over from Italy this year. I think it's one of my sister's turn to have it. Oh, see, Nona Grace, I don't know what that is. I'm going to look that up. Interesting. Hey, Glinda. Grace and Fire says, we do a family lady sock exchange party. We spend $10 or less and fill those socks. Oh, I love getting socks for Christmas. But I have to tell you, when I was growing up, my Aunt Grace, every single year, we knew, I don't know what the deal is with that whoop-de-doo. We got socks from her, always white. But I do remember always getting them. You know, I couldn't tell you what most things I got when I was growing up, but every year was socks. So last year I gave socks to all the kids, not white ones, fun, thick, warm socks, and everybody seemed to like them. So I'm giving socks again this year. Plus, they already have some of their presents already before we left. But Anne says, my husband has a large family and we never really know who is coming. So playing White Christmas is fun. I love that movie. Afterwards, we all get to play dart games and shoot each other. Or dart guns. Those are probably like those Nerf things. Oh, Leanne, hello. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you and your family are having a fabulous Christmas season. Leanne is quite the baker. If you haven't ever been to her channel, I mean, just like wild, crazy, fun ideas. I used to make and buy a special ornament for each of my grandkids. I think that's a good tradition. I know there's a lot of people that do that, and then by the time the kids are, ready to have get married and stuff, they have this whole box full of Christmas ornaments. And so that's kind of fun. I remember having Christmas ornaments that my mom had somebody do or she bought, but they all had our names on them. And then one time she had stockings and a quilter made them and they had our names on them. So that was kind of fun. We used to draw numbers and start with 1, of course, would pick up a gift and choose to open it or not. If not opened, then the next person could take a gift from someone else or get new unopened gift. That's a fun idea. I have to tell you, when my kids were younger, they started opening presents when they weren't supposed to be opening presents. And so then I started putting a different number on every single package and had a little notebook. And it had Angie, all the numbers that were her presents. Alicia, Stephen, Tori, ... And then they didn't know whose packages were whose. So I thought that worked out pretty good. Sandra says, I hated getting socks for Christmas. Now I ask for them. See, isn't that funny how when we grow up, we change our minds about things? I used to play that at our church Christmas party. So fun. You never know what's in a package then, and you might like it and you might not like it. I saw a video, I think it was 2 days ago on Facebook, and it was a Christmas party. And they had all these mugs that were turned upside down on like an island in a kitchen. And there were things in there, underneath there. You got to keep the cup, and you got whatever was underneath of it. And so, like, there was $10 bill, there was $20 bill, there was coal. And so you were bad if you picked that one. But one person got $100 bill. I thought, what a crazy fun game. So, I agree too. Wool socks rock. I love wool socks. They're just so comfortable and warm, and I just love them. So, but look at here. It's already past 30 minutes. It's 34 minutes already. So I'm going to let you go. I will see you next Tuesday. My video on my garden tour is up this week. My video on making these fun little things for Christmas that you can put gift cards or money or whatever in will be up this week. And next Tuesday, I will tell you how my art show went on Friday and Saturday. Fingers crossed. It's really good. So everybody, Merry Christmas. If you are a member and I have your physical address, look for your Christmas card. They'll probably in your mailbox next week. And everybody have a fabulous day. Love you guys.